The Attorney series is property of Capcom. No profit is made from this game. This is a game for fans by fans. Who was she? It was nobody. Are you sure about that? I know I've seen her before. I said it was nobody. You've been really paranoid lately, you know that? Well, maybe it's for a reason. That's it! I knew I recognised her. It was that reporter woman. I've seen you two together. I can't believe you do this to me! Punch! Gah! Super punch, apparently. What did I just do? This is awful! What do I do? That woman! I'll teach her to do this to me! Why, hello, ladies and gentlemen. Today I am playing an Ace Attorney fan case. Its name is Conflict of Interest, and it's made by a person that goes by the name of Ropfa or something to that effect. For some reason, even though I'm a fan of Ace Attorney, I never really play fan cases. And I don't know why. Either way, I've finally decided to actually start. So, if everything goes well, this should be my first recording session of an Ace Attorney fan case. Well then, let us start. This is the first case of a conflict of interest. What you just saw was the intro. I will be, for the most part, voicing all dialogue, unless I'm, for example, not in a mood, but I do want to play, in which case I will keep myself to commentating instead. So, to start with, important things first. Court record. I have my attorney's badge, which I always take with me, and the victim was forcibly drowned. Death occurred within a few minutes. That's the autopsy report, and that's all I have with me at the moment. Profiles. I have Mr. Phoenix Wright, age 34. Oh, he's already a bit old. An extremely attractive and intelligent defense attorney. I wonder who wrote this. My daughter. This is Trucy Wright. I'd like to say that she helps me run the anything agency, but it's really her that does all the work. At least he's honest. Lot of heart. I know this one. A freelance photographer with a knack for getting herself and others into trouble. Indeed, I agree. 32. Wait, that means... Oh, alright. And Victor Timons. Age 42, or at least it used to be. Wouldn't the age usually say diseased? I think that's how it goes in the originals. The victim allegedly seen being murdered by Miss Hart. Seen, that means there's a witness. Okay. Right. Let's start. Phoenix Wright, eh? I've always pictured him as having an American accent. And that is, well, because in every English iteration of him, he's always had a distinctly American accent. Some characters are goofy and you don't really get an accent, but not Phoenix. Phoenix always has this thing that's clearly American, though I don't know which accent in particular. I can't do anything resembling American, so I'm afraid you'll have to make do with my normal voice. My name's Phoenix Wright. I'm a defense lawyer, and it's auto-saving. Are you ready for this, Daddy? As ready as I'll ever be. We didn't have much chance to investigate last night. That doesn't matter. You've done it before. Okay, blue text. This is one of my gripes with fan cases things. The blue text in the original games, it's some kind of dark blue, but here it's light, and for some reason it really irks me. I don't know why. It shouldn't make any difference at all, but it does! It does! I can't like this light blue text for monologues. Anyway, this young lady is Trucy, my daughter. She's a magician, and a rather talented one, if I may say so, says the father. Oh, did the sound stop? Okay. I met her about 8 years ago during the height of my career. Back then I was accused of forging evidence and was stripped of my badge. But I was proven innocent recently and was allowed to retake the bar exam. And so begins a new chapter in my life as an attorney. She seems pissed. Daddy, stop monologuing and pay attention. Oh, sorry, were you saying something? I was trying to tell you that she's here. The defendant. Of course. Who else would be meeting us in the defendant's lobby? The defendant? That's all you can think to call me, Mr. Wright. Hello, Lotta. Are you ready for your trial today? Now, a girl can only be so prepared for something like this, you know. I've been in lots of courts, but never as a suspect. It's pretty dang terrifying. I ain't felt this beat in ages. Well, there's a first time for everything. I know you didn't kill the victim, and I mean to prove it. You've been out here for a long time. Are you sure you're up to this? I know what I'm doing. Trust me. I don't know. I'm starting to think what I should have did was when Mr. Justice. Mr. Justice is Apollo, for those who don't know. Apollo was the protagonist of the fourth Phoenix Wright game, and he works for Mr. Wright. He can do it. If he could change the whole legal system, that's the plot of the fourth game, I'm sure he can beat this rookie killer guy who's prosecuting. Rookie killer is the name given to Winston Payne. Winston Payne is the first prosecutor for the first case in every game, pretty much. In every Phoenix Wright game. Rookie killer? That sounds intense. Yeah, I heard somebody calling that. You aren't worried, are you? Not at all. I'm not a rookie. The trial is starting, sir. Thank you. Trucy, let's head in. Lotta, don't worry. I have everything under control. If you say so. The Rookie Killer. That nickname sounds very familiar. Oh, who else but him? July 17th, 10 AM, District Court, Courtroom number 4. Court is now in session for the trial of Lotta Hart. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready too. Let's hear the opening statements. The defense asserts the position that Miss Hart is innocent. I know her, and she wouldn't do something like this. Thank you. And what about you, Mr. Payne? Did you have an opening statement to declare? But you were... I guess not. Well, that's some rookie killer. You're doing great so far. Just look at how nervous he is. I haven't even done anything yet. What's this guy's problem? He's staring at me like I'm some kind of ghost. I thought you were disbarred. Well, I was. But they let me back. It's a long story. How did you? seems to remember me. I really feel like I know him from someplace, but I can't recall where. Huh, maybe I just forgot. Must not have made that big an impression. Well, Mr. Payne doesn't seem to be quite prepared yet. I think the defense should start us out. You seem to have a handle on things, Mr. Wright. Could you tell us about the victim? Yes, Your Honor. The victim was... well, it certainly wasn't Maya. Maya is Phoenix's companion, other than his daughter. Lotta is the person we met in the hallway. That means she's the defendant. She's the one that was accused of killing the victim. The only one left, Victor Timons. That man. His name was Victor Timons. That name sounds very unfortunate.
Excuse me, sir.
Excuse the interruption. That name sounds very unfortunate. Okay, Victor Timons, is it? Victor Timons. Victor Timons? Yeah, perhaps, since the judge says that there's a pun in his name, that is kind of a Phoenix Wright tradition. Most characters have their names based on a pun. However, I have no idea what Victor Timons is meant to stand for. So, there's that. Very well. Do we know how this man was killed? He died from... okay, we already saw the thing. The autopsy report, so we already know it was by drowning. Either way, we also saw at the beginning that shows us the crime. Because this is the first case. Usually, we don't know who the criminal is at the beginning. However, since this is the first case, the first case is always meant to be easy, and it tells us who the murderer is right at the beginning. In this case, we saw that he died by drowning, not by strangulation, or by a gunshot. He was first punched or pushed, and then drowned. He was drowned. Drowned? That doesn't sound like a very pleasant way to go. I'm told it isn't. Mr. Payne, I believe we've given you enough time. Are you ready to continue? Yes, Your Honor. It won't be a problem. Excellent. I believe we're ready to begin the trial. He started it rather easy for you. Probably on account of the prosecution. That guy seems to be really scared of you. I can't imagine why. I just know I've seen him somewhere before. Okay, maybe it's about time I explained that, in case you have never seen anything before. Mr. Payne is a character who appears in every game in the first case, in all the first 4 games. However, he is a terrible prosecutor. He's known as the Rookie Killer, but he's terrible. So the characters always forget him, and he's always back to get his revenge and fails. Basically, it is a running joke that they never remember him. Mr. Payne, please call your first witness. Ahem! The prosecution calls Detective Gumshoe to the stand. Ooh, Gumshoe. Hey, pal! Hey, Gumshoe. Don't even think about trying to blow apart my testimony today. I made extra sure it was perfect this time. You mean you don't usually? What? No, that's not it. It's just... Oh, that sounded bad, didn't it? Kind of. Well, anyways, I'm gonna show you who's boss today, see? Just watch. Witness, enough of this chatting with the defense. Sorry, sir. Please state your name and occupation for the court. The name's Dick Gumshoe. I'm a homicide detective in the local precinct. I'm the lead investigator on this case. Please testify about your investigation. Yes, sir. One super flawless testimony coming right up. This is the core of the Phoenix Wright game. We, during court time, see what the witnesses have to say, and then, using the evidence we have at our disposal, we check and find contradictions. At this moment, the only evidence we have is the autopsy report and attorney's badge. We may be given more over the course of the testimony, but if we aren't, then the contradiction will probably be one of these. As this is a fan case, there is plenty of space for extra innovation and new things. So I wouldn't be surprised if, for example, we could advance the game by pressing a sentence. Pressing a sentence will give us more information, usually, but it doesn't tend to advance the case. We received the call last night around 10. We arrived at Gatewater Land where we found Mr. Timons. His body was submerged in a fountain. He'd been drowned. Gatewater Land? I seem to remember another murder happening there a while back. Yeah, they don't have the best safety record. I hear the hotel isn't much better. Your Honour, I'd like to begin the cross-examination. Certainly, Mr. Wright. You may proceed. Now's when I look through the testimony and point out any contradictions I find. I've heard enough of Gumshoe's testimonies to know that there will be something wrong with it. We can press or present evidence. When we present evidence, the evidence should contradict the sentence on screen. Otherwise, we press the sentence, and we get some more information. We don't know the time of death, so when they got the call, it doesn't tell me anything. Found Mr. Timmons, submerged in a fountain and drowned. Okay, as it is, I don't believe there are any contradictions. So, I shall press every relevant statement. Do you know who the caller was? Do I? Of course I do, Paul! Everybody knows who the caller was. Apparently, everybody doesn't include me. The caller witnessed the crime. We'll be hearing from her later, once Mr. Gumshoe is finished. I see. There isn't much else to say on this matter. In the meantime, please continue your testimony, Detective Gumshoe. We arrived at Gatewater Land where we found Mr. Timons. What time does the park close? Well, I think it's around 9 PM. So no... Once again, excuse the interruption. So nobody had any business being there at the time. Actually, these people did. You see, there'd been a big concert that night and they still had some people there cleaning up. And Mr. Timmons was one of those people. He was definitely allowed in, if that's what you're asking. I see. Could you tell me more about this? There's this big fountain in the park's entryway. Somebody drowned him in it. It's right here, Paul. Okay. That's where the victim is, and this would be the parking lot and the concert stage. So the concert is that way, the parking lot this way, and apparently the fountain is just in the middle of nowhere. How deep is this fountain? About 8 inches. 18 inches. That's not very deep. No, but it's deep enough to kill someone in. See? Oh, yes, you're right. He's most certainly dead there. The court accepts these both as evidence. Gatewater map added to the court record. Crime scene photo added to the court record. You may continue, detective. Alright, so by pressing, we got some more evidence. Now we have the map of the place and a photo taken by the forensics team. Now, I don't know all that much about forensic science, but this person right here appears to be bleeding. Now, do you start to bleed when you drown? I don't think so. If that's the case, how did the blood get in there? My first assumption, there are two possibilities. Either he wasn't killed by drowning, or he was indeed killed by drowning, but he was hurt and was bleeding before he died. Since the autopsy report states that he died by drowning, then I am guessing he was hurt beforehand. But we know nothing about that, so more info. Wouldn't drowning somebody take a lot of effort? I think it would. Not that I've ever done it myself. Mr. Gumshoe, is it possible the victim accidentally tripped and fell into the fountain by himself? Not at all, Your Honor. You see, his suit was torn, so we know there was a struggle beforehand. A struggle? Interesting. So this definitely wasn't just an accident. You see anything yet? Not quite, we don't have enough information yet. Well, be careful, you never know when the prosecution will wear one of those nasty traps. From this guy? I think I can handle anything he throws at me. He seems absolutely terrified. Okay, so I don't actually know where the contradiction would lie. We received a call last night around 10. This would imply that the person who made the call was a member of the concert or cleaning staff, because it closes at 9. Okay, that's good. They arrived and they found Mr. Timmons. He was submerged in a fountain, there's no doubt there. See? Now, the only thing I can really complain about is the blood, right? So, I don't know where to object, I've already pressed everything, so I'll just present here. Objection! Gumshoe, doesn't anything seem strange to you about this photo? Not really, pal. I made extra sure my testimony had no holes in it. Well, despite that, I think I found a rather large one. Really? As a matter of fact, yes. Take a look at this photo. The part I found strange is right here. The blood. Take that! Take a look at his forehead. Is that blood? It certainly looks like it. Tell me, Gumshoe, if he was drowned, then why is there a large blood stain here? Drowning doesn't make you bleed out the head. But, well, you see, detective, this is very important. Could it be the autopsy report was completely wrong about the cause of death? That contradiction was really easy. Yeah, even I agree. I'm not very good at the Phoenix Wright games, actually, though I act all pompously and smart. Maybe a bit too easy. Uh-oh. It seems the defense is jumping to conclusions. The cause of death was indeed drowning. The injury on his head was not fatal. But what caused it? The victim was struck on the forehead by his killer, during which time she overpowered and drowned him. A small person such as the defendant would have trouble bringing down someone of his size otherwise. It seems Detective Gumshoe forgot to mention this. Sorry about that, sir. I'm curious. What was he hit with? Actually, I was just getting to that. It was this camera. That's the camera? It used to be, at least. Why, that thing is shattered. You're right. The camera's totaled. Somehow the memory card is still intact. Anything important on it? Nah, just a few shots from the concert that night. The camera's the only part that matters. It isn't just any camera, though. This happens to belong to the defendant, Lotta Hack. Lotta's camera added to the court record. This was found at the crime scene. Yes, there's no question it's hers. It proves she did it. Oh my. Well, that certainly does make her look suspicious. I knew that was too obvious. So Miss Hart really was there. Either that or someone installed a camera and brought it there. That might be kinda hard to prove, though. Detective, please tell us about this evidence against the suspect. Can do, sir. That camera definitely belongs to the defendant. She admitted it to us. It's pretty busted up. It doesn't work anymore. It proves the defendant was definitely there. Only a few people could have been there at the time, and Miss Hart was one of them. This sounds like very solid evidence. A camera owned by the defendant used to strike the victim. Of course it's decisive. We'll see about that. Mr. Wright, please begin your cross-examination. Okay, this statement got me interested. Only a few people could have been there at the time, and Miss Hart was one of them. Why? How many people were at the park? An awful lot, a few thousand, I think. 1,000? That was earlier, before the murder. Gatewaterland was hosting a music concert. It was a really big show. I wish I could have gone, but those tickets were really expensive. How did you single out my client from all those people? But the concert was over, so the park was shutting down. All the visitors were gone. Who still had access to it? The park employees, concert staff, and anybody from the press. The press? Yeah, there were a few people from the big-name news stations taking interviews. That concert was kind of a big deal. The park employees, the concert staff, and the major news stations. I'll for now note the major here. Aha! That's it. I'm not seeing any big contradictions here. Oh, remember, sometimes you need to press statements in order to learn new information. Try doing that and maybe you'll find something. That's right, I need to press each statement to see if there's anything suspicious. If I may. Freelance. Okay, I think, but this is just my opinion, that the contradiction lies here. Miss Hart is in fact a freelance photographer. She's not part of any major news stations. For this reason, she should not have been allowed to stay there, right? So I think that's a contradiction, but I'll still press everything. Make sure I'm not missing anything. Is there any possibility somebody stole it and planted it there? Nope, not a chance. You seem confident. Of course, she told us. Lotta told you. That's right, pal. Great. Dang it, Lotta. When they say anything if they can and will be used against us, against you, they aren't joking. It's pretty busted up. It doesn't work anymore, does it? So this was used to hit the victim over the head. We're fairly certain that's what happened. The damage seems to be consistent. It looks like the camera got worse than his head, though. It seems that way. According to our coroner, the blow wouldn't have caused any lasting damage. It was only strong enough to disorientate Mr. Timmons for a few moments. The camera, however, is beyond repair. You said the memory card still works, right? Well, yes, but there's nothing important on it. All the pictures were taken more than an hour before the murder, so there might not be anything useful there. In any case, I'll remember this for later. I'd say die points away from her, actually. Huh? How so? Look at the camera. It obviously wasn't cheap. Since she was the owner, would she really be so careless with it? It was the heat of the moment. If somebody's upset enough to kill, they won't care about what they use. The camera does look a bit pricey. But I don't think that necessarily counts in her defense. It may have been the only thing available at the time. Precisely, Your Honor. The camera is strong evidence, I can't deny that. The thing about the camera is that even if she had used it, why would she admit she used it? Okay, I think the contradiction is this, as I've always said, so... Objection! Hold on just a moment, Gumshoe. If things are as you say, then there's one thing we know to be true. What's that? Lothar Hart did not have access to the park. Are you sure? He said the big news stations were there, but that excludes her. She's only a freelance photographer. I would have expected the great Phoenix Wright to at least know a bit about his own client. It's true Miss Hart may not be officially affiliated with any of the major stations, but right now she may as well be. Why is that? Just a few weeks ago, the defendant uncovered a large scandal involving several famous people. So her reputation from these photos would have granted her access to the park grounds. That's correct, Your Honor. So Lotta finally gets a big scoop and now it's being used as evidence against her? Oh, fate, what a cruel tale we... This still isn't definite proof. There were plenty of people left at the park. Yes, most of them were in other areas, cleaning up. However, if it satisfies you, I can prove it beyond a doubt. A decisive witness. Oh, a witness. Yes, I just happen to have somebody who saw Miss Hart commit the crime. Okay, a new witness is about to appear, and my voice will probably not last any longer And so, as a consequence, I will stop here, for now. Now then, ladies and gentlemen, if you'll excuse me. Hello and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Let us go for another try at continuing with the conflict of interest. But the first case. For this recording session, I will not be reading the voices instead. I'll be merely commentating. Let's start. Kylie Washington. Who? Indeed, it was earlier mentioned that everybody knows who the witness is, except Phoenix. He even made a joke about it. Okay, it seems they are applauding. Well, you're seeing this woman here. As you know, since we saw right at the beginning, this witness is clearly the murderer. Everyone's applauding. An autograph. Is she bribing the judge? And Phoenix, clueless as ever. Should I? My job is to defend people in court, not to keep up to date on the latest teen pop idols, and still samurai. Surely nobody would want me to do that right now. Oh well, anything for my fun. The music that played, I recognise it, but I can't exactly recall where from. Rather weird, actually. Thank you, I love Me Too. The melody, oh, I wonder why. Who, me? Why aren't you fawning like the others? It's not. Think of it as someone there. Thank you. We just got some evidence. Let's see if it isn't relevant. Lyrics to a song. Phoenix Wright is a lawyer, he's awesome. Kyrie. Okay. Maybe this will be relevant. Sinful Amour. How do you get so lucky? Her sucking up to me isn't going to make me go any easier on her testimony. Leaving a bit early. I'm sure the court would love to hear from you. I haven't even started. She already has everyone in the palm of her hand. Vic? Who's Vic? Ah, the victim. He's Victor, right? Indeed, Victor Tiemens. Victor Tiemens. Ah, still don't get the pun, if there's any. Oh, and what's her name? Kylie Washington. Yeah, that doesn't say anything to me. I see, this is from one of the games, but I don't... Lotte Hart, that's it! This one appears a lot with Lotte Hart. It's one of the music that goes on during investigation phases. That is a good point. Manager. Oh, there's the motive. She always gets this music. I saw the suspect speaking with Vic. That much we know is true. From the front entrance. Can she really though? Talked for a few minutes, then she went berserk. So she wasted a precious camera and then drowned in a fountain. Did you see it, she asks? She doesn't tell us where. Okay. I'll press here. Where? Where's the front entrance? Is it here? I don't think they saw it. I still don't exactly get where the front entrance is. Assuming you can see my mouse, I didn't actually check for that. I'm assuming it's somewhere around here. However, that's the concert stage, that's the parking lot, and she was somehow behind the fountain, maybe over there? Huh, not too sure, I swear. Camera, I might as well press everything. Of us. So, yeah, that fountain should be the entrance way. I mean, I can't blame you. Yeah, you were incredibly sneaky when you punched him with a camera. In your own concert early. another hero, maybe? That didn't answer your question. No, she wouldn't dare do that. Slowly a reputation. I what? What they were talking about isn't important. Not very big, but it might give you an edge. Okay, so apparently there's a contradiction in the text. Let's look at the stuff. There's the thing she wrote to me, which I don't think is relevant. There's the camera. Oh, she came from the front entrance, didn't she? She can't have come from the front entrance if she was inside taking photos. That's my logic anyways. Objection! Miss Washington, what you've just said can't be true. There's no way you saw her come in from the entrance. Nevertheless, it's still impossible. This camera proves it. Where? Well, the concert stage. Take that! You recall what Detective Gumshoe said a little while ago? There were photos on the memory card left over from the concert. If there's photos from the concert, then she was there. She would have approached from the concert area. Well, that's right. The Lotta was at the concert, but that didn't seem to change anything for me. If that's okay with you. Sing? Upbeat, jazzy, peaceful, or please don't sing anything. My common sense is telling me to choose this, but because I think I more or less have an idea of what's gonna happen, I'll go with this one. How about something jazzy? Storeroom Feline. Yeah. Well, that was morbid. Not my favourite. I liked it. No one to the testimony. I should have saved there. Can't believe I forgot. I don't actually know where this song is from, assuming it's from the PyWright series. Wasn't anything anybody could have done. Music she's been singing. Can't put my finger on it, but it sounds very familiar. She's a pop singer, is how they'll pass it off. But I bet it has to do with the fact that it's using Phoenix Wright music. No, that's right. I think I'm looking too much into this. Or maybe that's a huge hint they're dropping off. It was over so quick. I don't understand this thing.
Hold it!
Show you what goes ahead. What type of song should she sing? Oh, guess I don't need to save. Something peaceful. Ah, upbeat. The Magnificent Group. Ah, this one I know. Maximilian. Fabulous. No, this one isn't actually Maximilian. This is... Yeah, this is the what's her name? Trucy's uncle thing, person. Yeah. Bowley, I think. No. Ah, I'm not too sure. I like this one better. Back into the fountain. Within a few minutes. Shall I risk it? Because I like to press things first, in case they give me hints, because I'm not very good at this, but... Oh, let's do this.
Objection!
Miss Washington, during this time, what were you doing? Good point. Yes, you. I don't believe you stood there and did nothing while your manager was being killed. Good point. Well, if I saw somebody being drowned, I'd try to save them. A brave knight in shiny armor. Huh? So you just stood by and watched. It's okay, Miss Washington. Paparazzi might give you no crap. No reason to call a character. If that's okay with you. That's actually not that far. What's wrong with the position? I don't know where exactly she was standing though. That's the problem. Because I'm sure it's somewhere down there. I literally have no choice, do I? What's wrong about her being there? The only thing I can think of is that she would have been seen, wouldn't she? Check this photo. I think this would be the most relevant. Well, if she was... Oh, I understand. Yes, if she was in the exact opposite place where this took place, she'd be here. However, please take a look at this picture. There's a huge thing right in the middle of the fountain. This would mean that, were she over there, she would not be able to see the crime taking place. Exactly. Let us present this photo. Take that! Yeah, I guess not. 10,000% sure. One million% sure. You've won up the defense. Sorry, Mr. Wright, I'm going to have to side with the prosecution. Well, in which case, the only other thing I can present is a map, isn't it? Take that! Let me get this straight. Okay, I guess I misunderstood what I meant. What? If the witness was here, then the victim is there. Mustn't it be here somewhere? Take that! Well, yeah, that's the other contradiction that could have come about, yes. You and the killer. Why didn't the attacker do anything knowing it's him at all? Now the hostility. She did do something. Oh, what's that? She tried to... I guess it's time for some more incrimination. This is Phoenix Wright style. We point out contradictions and we bury ourselves further. It's the thought that counts. You never ask. What specifically you want us to be? I'm not buying it. It's another song this time. Sinful and... Well, that's the name of the lyrics she gave us. Wrote myself today. Ah, this is Gavin's music. This time her song was the actual testimony. Okay, now I know I've heard that one before. Does he even know she copied his music? Maybe this is why all those other songs sound so familiar. Don't worry, if Mr. Wright gets too out of hand, I'll be sure to give him a hefty penalty. So if I screw up, will get pissed off at me because she doesn't sing. How is this fair in any way? After the murder, she saw you, and she hit you with what? Her fist. You tried to run, to hide, but she got you. You fought back so you could save yourself, and you escaped and ran for safety. You know what I think is weird? I was fighting with her that whole time and never called for help. Just rather many reasons to doubt this testimony. Let's press everything. Because it's obviously false. So if you press her, she might screw up. I don't think I stuttered. This series of events just plain doesn't make sense. Somebody involved here wasn't acting normally. Okay. The victim, that wasn't the found, died. He didn't get a choice. He attacked the victim without noticing the witness, and then saw the witness and went to attack the witness. Or the witness that stood 2 meters from them while this took place. Doesn't make any sense. This piece of evidence will explain why. I guess I can't back off now. Bollocks. I've just cornered myself, haven't I? Next time I'll back off. I swear to God. Objection! Miss Washington, it's one thing to keep still while another person's life is at stake. It's something completely different when it's your own. How much time did it take to drown Mr. Timmins? A minute? 2? That might not seem like long, but in a situation like this, it would have been an eternity. That's a rather big head start for you. You should have had. Doesn't matter when your own words are contradicting what you know. How is it even possible this hard caught up with you? Are you just standing around waiting for it? Let's just admit it. There's no way you were standing on the opposite side of the fountain. Given what she's told us, I'd say it's highly unlikely the killer saw and attacked her. And with her supposed position, there's no way the killer didn't see her. So if she was attacked, she would have had to be in a completely different place. Wait, what? How am I supposed to know this? Because at this point in time, it would be a lovely time to make an accusation and say that she was here, right? But that doesn't make sense in the context that the killer attacked her. Under such circumstances, I'm not so sure I know what took place. The killer saw. We know that. Behind doesn't work because of the fact that it's tall. Over there doesn't. No. No. She said she was here while the murder was taking place, and she just waited about. That doesn't make any sense. Oh, bollocks. I Let's go with the usual. Say it's the killer's place. No. Wrong. Well, that is the only area where the kill would have had a chance to catch. I don't think she was attacked at all. There we go, good point. Where were you really standing? The testimony is flawed. You trying to accuse me? Oh no, Mr. Wright would never, ever accuse a witness. Because I know you don't have anything. Too guilty to accuse me. But it's not gonna work. Not yet. Since I don't have evidence, I can't prove she did it. No, I'm not. There's nothing that incriminates you, after all. Drat! That's just what she wants. She's just gonna find some way to worm her way out of this one too. Hold it! Said someone. Ooh! It was me! You're damn too thin right there's evidence. Yo, I've just been choosing to ignore it. Nothing? What evidence? There isn't any. But that's because your oath of the prosecutor never got it developed. Those pictures I took with my camera got everything. It was just a small oversight. They're still on a memory card, right? All you gotta do is get them printed. See you all back here in 10 minutes. Wait, that means Lotta was a witness to the murder? Because we know she didn't do it. Haven't you mentioned it? Well, it ain't my fault, yo. I've just been ignoring everything in front of you. I think it's plain as day. It's proof. It's proof that Washington woman's deep with the wrong crowd. The wrong crowd. Remember that big scoop that we're all talking about? The one you seem to have missed completely? I didn't know I should have been reading celebrity gossip magazines. It were a pretty big deal. You might have heard it on the news. I proved they were all a bunch of funding a criminal organisation. I blew the lid right off of them. Ah, now that's really something. It's impressive, isn't it? There was one person who got away. They never identified her, but I know her. It's Washington. So Lotus suspects Keely Washington of being involved in this gang. Right, big scoop. A series of photos that uncover the scandal involving several famous people. Published by Lotta Hart. Oh, isn't that... That clearly looks like Victor Simons. Sorry. We don't know who the hooded person is. But we know there's something there. She's holding a shipment. Nick! Daddy, look who's here. Sorry, I'm late. I had to come all the way from Kurain Village for this. How much did I miss? Well, things are just getting interesting. What are you doing in your old Acolyte road? Old? Oh my. It seems this fun case is going to get some development for Maya. At the very least. That's not important. We've got a case to solve. Okay. In introduction, lovely. This woman is my friend, Maya Fey. She's the current master of the Korean spirit channeling technique. She's a master indeed. Spirits, as in ghosts. It's strange, but you get used to it after a while. Being the master is a pretty demanding position. But it looks like she managed to find the time to make it here today. I'm glad you could make it, Maya. I thought you'd be busy today. You're kidding, Nick? After what you did the last time you tried to do this alone? I've learned my lesson from that. I'm not sure what she's mentioning here, because... yeah, I think when he got his bard, he was alone. If we assume it's that, then... right. Then it makes sense. It could also be Paul Justice's whole plot, because Phoenix Wright wasn't in Maya for the whole fact, and as a consequence, a lot of stuff went on. He proved himself innocent and all that. Oh, there we go. It was in fact the last case before he got this bard. Never accept strange evidence from young girls you've never met. One of the most intelligent moves I've made. No way I'm going to let you go on with this. I thought you were back at the agency. Taking your spot. Not at all. It just means that we'll be double sure nothing bad happens. Not really that helpless, am I? Okay, 2 assistants. We're ready. Okay, I think we can try it. This ought to be interesting. Oh, look at that. The prosecution still hasn't got an assistant. Still waiting for that. Yes, Your Honor. Memory card. Photos are here, and Payne seems to think they're irrelevant or something. Well, I see Miss Washington singing. Yes. With that lovely bracelet, please remember. No matter how sketchy it may be. Sure can do, Your Honor. So here's Lotta's side of the story. Let's see how much we learn from her. The music they use during testimonies, I believe it's from the spin-off games of Miles Edgeworth, the second one I think. Miles Edgeworth Investigations 2, I think. This all goes back to my big school. There's one goal never got caught. I know is that Washington will win. So I've been going to all the concerts trying to catch her in the act again. My photos from last night prove she's the one. The defendant is accusing somebody else. It is rather convenient that her own photos will be her evidence. Of course. Want the defendant on his line to save herself. How are we supposed to find the contradiction if it's the truth? Actually, that's the thing. We're the only ones who believe her. So things will be a bit different this time. We don't need to prove her wrong. We need to prove her right. And this is one of the things about fun cases. Innovation, new things that may not work well, but are still fun. I haven't tried it. It may work brilliantly. Same way with everything else. Somewhere I have to prove that she's not making this up. Yeah, I agree. And why? In this photo, we see the hooded woman here is the one with this little pink bracelet, and she's even holding a sheet of music. However, in the photo we have here, she also has that little bracelet. And I swear to God, that would prove it. Could you explain why? Beg your pardon? That camera's been with you most of the time. I've had 2 seconds to mess with none of that. What was I trying to say that it's not very suspicious? As you think? Of course I didn't. Sorry then. Was shot down by the suspect. Let's see it. Who's this guy? We don't need to get into that right now.
Hold it!
She's been doing all kinds of shady things. Even constantly emitting the unsavory fog. Because I could swear I'd seen her earlier on that day I took the picture. That's the one. And I'd seen her somewhere in that area before I took the shot. It does seem iffy.
Objection!
And I think I see what you meant. There's a big connection between these 2 pictures. It's funny how he objected. Objection! I agree with you. Of course there is. What do you think I've been saying this whole time? First of all, who's this man over there? Why, that's Mr. Timmons! Pretty big coincidence, isn't it? Just because the victim was there doesn't mean she was. No, but something else was noticed. And given Mr. Timmons' presence, I'd say it's hard to deny this. This part connects this picture to the one from the concert.
Take that!
See this rather gaudy bracelet around her wrist? She's wearing the same one here. Doesn't mean anything. Nah. Good thing we've got fans here. Listening to all that pop music did pay off. Guess so. Didn't even know she existed until today. Okay, I can't be the only one out of the loop here. Now that's strange. If this is a trademark, why hasn't she been wearing it today? I hadn't even noticed. Oh, because I didn't know it was a trademark. still doesn't prove anything. Her being in that picture doesn't show she killed anybody. And doesn't even show anything shady going on. Okay, listen here. I called Victor and asked to meet him after the concert. I was aiming to warn him about Washington. I'd finally got my proof, that picture. I went to show him it. He said he'd quit and go to the press. I left after lending him the camera. So you weren't even around when the murder happened? You're damn right. Well, so she said. It's a bit questionable coming from the suspect. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, please. Lending him the camera. Eh? Why the bloody hell was he hit with the camera if he was the one that had it? There has to be something. Dang it! Of all times, full loads of foolproof a testimony. Because it's usually a really flimsy. And it's usually a pain in the arse.
Hold it!
It's before the murder. Was Don talking to him long before that? A way to prove she had left before Mr. Timmons died. Okay. This doesn't really tell me anything. Neither does this. She met him after the thing was closed, that's at 9. This doesn't really have any timestamps, I don't think. This doesn't either. But I would like to focus on the bracelet for now. Keep that in the back of my mind. Yeah, no, I can't.
Hold it!
Why did you go to him specifically? Whereas lately, I was a mite worried about him being with Washington and all. Thought he needed to know, right? I know he's dead. There was nothing I could have did about it. Can I, excuse me, can I prove she tried to warn Mr. Timmons? Can I? Tenny's badge, autopsy report, he ended up dead. He was here with this shady looking person. Was this taken from amidst the bushes? Oh, what? Published by Love Heart. Right, camera. Yeah, probably not.
Hold it!
That concept picture. Not that one. The one from our scoop. She's just sort of standing there. Well, I spotted the reason I never got her. You can't really tell the third guy is. But I know she's back. Can I prove that the big scoop is connected to the murder? I can't, even if I were to use the bloody, this bloody thing. Autographs. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9. Kylie Washington. Well, she's holding some sheet music. If I don't know what to object, I'll probably choose this one. For now, I can't.
Hold it!
Oh, you work with Washington, so you could have got more there real easy. Convenient.
Objection!
Go on. She wanted a knife. Can I prove she didn't have a motive? Probably. After all, he was right here. Wait, did I just make a logically that doesn't really make any sense? No, she used these pictures to accuse this person, but not him, right? Then... I think it's this. I actually think it's this one. Victor Timmons. Okay. He said he'd quit and go to the press.
Hold it!
What? Victor weren't like that. That don't mean nothing. It probably was out of the loop. She didn't let him in on none of it, I'll bet. I don't think he was a bad guy. She really trusted him. I think she really feels bad about this. Okay, so yeah, Phoenix just made the point. If she went to him, even through all that, even through the fact that she had that picture, then I suppose she really trusted him. Prove that she didn't hate him? That I can, can't I? By saying that the picture was right there. Okay, I have found 3 slightly suspicious possibilities, and now I'm going to go with them at random, okay? Though I'll likely get a couple of penalties in the process. Oh? Well then let's hit it.
Objection!
Objection to Sesame. Do why? Because it's detrimental to my case. Overruled. Good call. Well, that didn't work. Eu acredito. See, I cornered you, Mr. Wright.
Hold it!
Wait, that's personal information. Then bury me further. Lucy, you don't have to answer that. Nah, it's okay, Mr. Wright. I think I'll need to hear sooner or later. Oh, this just doesn't sound good. Then I suppose there weren't any viable contradictions in her testimony. Either that, or because this is a fan case, they planned this out with more flags and scripts and magic. I doubt it, but it's a possibility. I'll look it over later. Well, it didn't end so hot. You see, I was kind of using him. I never really felt nothing for him. I just needed him to get closer to Washington. He wasn't too happy to find that out. My, that's extremely immoral. Is he a motive? A case where they got closer to someone just for the benefits. Is that so? Okay, let's see. April, May, Mr. Red White. The still samurai case, no. Not Von Karma, and Rise for the Ashes doesn't make sense either. What was the third case? Can't recall. Yeah, the first game. Yeah, okay. Second game. It was that one. I think I do. No, I don't. Motive, an opportunity, and decisive evidence. He just removed one. Your Honor, what you just said is very important. Really? Doesn't sound good for you. Give me a few moments and I can show you. There was something in her testimony that this changes. Oh crap, I can't believe I don't remember the case. Now that's left me intrigued. I'll pause it here and I'll be back. Hopefully, knowing where that case is. Well, in a terrible turn of events, even after carefully taking a look at all the cases, I do not know which one they are leading to. How unfortunate. That aside, they did say that knowing how she was using him, things change, perspective changes. Okay? Why? Okay, so she met Victor. And yeah, she met Victor after the concert. Why? Because she didn't want him to end up with bad sorts of people. That's the only reason I can think of. She wanted to warn him about Washington. got your proof, that picture, and you showed it to me. You said it quit and go to the press. Oh wait. Now let's do a bit of cheating and go back to the introduction to this case. At that time, she was saying she had reason to be suspicious. That would mean that Victor actually knew about Washington's back deal business. So it's a bit weird how he ended up dead. You lent him your camera and then left. Let's press everything again, god damn it.
Hold it!
I'll be looking through this myself, and I'll be right back when I think I've found it. Okay, so, I think, and I'll show you guys. He said he'd quit and go to the press. To press the statement. He said he'd do exactly what she wanted him to do when she became close to him. Alright?
Objection!
Exactly, she wants him alive. Of course she had a motive. They said that by admitting that she was getting close to Timmons to try and arrest Washington, she loses one of her things, and that's a motive. And we can clearly see here, she no longer has a motive. This motive contradicts itself. If the scenario the prosecution just willingly accepted, because that's what they did. But Mr. Timmons did. Of course not. I said if she killed him. If it wasn't her, who could it have possibly been? How about the person who was being investigated?
Take that!
After a taking testimony. Ooh, she's angry. Will you just shut up? How do you respond to that? You're just making this up. That woman is lying to cover for herself, and you all are eating it up. I can't believe you pick her over me. Oh, it's not just her word. I happen to have something that can validate her accusations. As if. I didn't have any reason to get involved with those criminals, and you can't prove it. Oh, really? I see you had plenty of reason to enlist a criminal underworld's help. That, of course, means you had a motive. I got this. What might prove that the famous pop star needed the help of this gang? How the hell would I know? Is my only answer at the moment. I doubt it's your badge. I doubt it's for killing Victor. That makes no sense. don't really see how that's relevant. Or this, that's pertaining to the murder. Lyrics to song. Oh, is it because she's stealing your songs? Oh, that'd be hilarious and ridiculous. But if I don't get any idea, this is what I'm gonna present. Oh, she does have a song. Why would she need the help of the criminal and the world? Well, for music? Not too sure, really. Not too sure at all. Yeah, no, doesn't really make any sense. I'm gonna go with the music. Because,
Take that!
Woo! 7 years as a pianist taught me a few things. This cheap music you gave me earlier, I've noticed something funny about your song, Sinful Amor. When you sang it for us earlier, I thought it sounded familiar. Being a musician yourself, I assume you know how to read music. Correct, Miss Washington? Why don't we take a closer look at the notes on this page? Recognize that melody? Well, you should. It happens to be the tune of the song from another band. What? But I thought she wrote it herself. Not at all. She didn't create it. She plagiarized it. Aye! Indeed. If you're copying the works of others, you need a little help with the cleanup. Say, somebody to force the others not to sue you when they found out. Oh yes, you would. This music sheet, given by the witness herself, proves my client's testimony. Miss Washington, plagiarism is not a trifling matter. I hope you realize the implications of this. Yes. When Mr. Timmons about to turn you in, you had a very strong reason to kill him. Your life was about to be ruined. Stop picking on me! You're all just gonna gang up on me while the prosecutor sits back and does nothing? This doesn't prove I killed anybody. You have no proof I did him in. Nothing. You. Miss Washington, the defense does have a point. I think we'll need to hear an explanation from you. My explanation? Ahem. Oi. What did I just do? Click the wrong button. This stupid accusation. Now wait just a moment. Miss Washington, do you take me for a fool? Haha, I know I've heard that song before. Mr. Justice only made us listen to it about 100 times. You stole that one too. I wasn't recognizing it, but it is indeed, Mr. Justice. No more singing for you for... No more singing for you today. Well, he seems to be catching on. That's usually more than I can ask for. Ah, this one's much better. Again, from the Investigations 2, I think. Or maybe 1, I'm not sure. Even if I'm guilty of plagiarism, you can't prove I killed him. My testimony still holds more weight than loads of hearts. You've been using your own words to support this lunacy. Is it really so hard to accept I saw her kill him? Even the plagiarism thing's a bit unbelievable. There isn't any proof that I did any of it. Yes, it is, but it doesn't mean I can get cocky. If I press it too hard, I might end up getting into an argument I can't win. Somewhere in the court record is something that points to her. I just have to find it and put her away. One time thing. Real grateful you are. Not buying that if anybody else here is either. What should I do here? She's clearly guilty of plagiarism, and I think this photo will go to prove it. As such, I'll press further on the statement. And if I break her out, if I get a penalty over this, then it's my own fault.
Objection!
I object to this testimony. Rewind. Again. Oh, good call. Oh, I still love that one. Okay. I guess I can't deny that. Right! That's because I'm the only one with my head on straight. The rest of you are just lollygagging around like a bunch of nincompoops. Nincompoops. Now, Miss Washington, I hardly think that was necessary. Well, show a little backbone and stick up for me. Geez, so I have to do everything around here. Mr. Payne. Eh? Typical. I'm the only competent one. Why did I start this conversation? No, back off, back off.
Hold it!
Oh, you lied about your location, you lied about the attack. Everything points to you. To me, it's not hard. It's impossible. I'm pressing really hard. I needed to say something. Don't try to make this all my fault. No, it's definitely not mine. It has to be something that proves things can happen the way she says. But I can't think of anything we haven't already covered. What should I do here? Yeah. Yeah, I've already covered everything. Back off.
Hold it!
Direct proof. Oh yes. Phoenix Wright, Arch Nemesis, direct proof. Everything is always circumstantial. Always. And after he piles them up, one after the other, it starts to look a bit suspicious. And eventually everyone gets arrested after piles and piles of circumstantial evidence. You don't have it, do you? Yeah. Do I? I need to look over everything carefully one last time. I'm sure there's something that I've missed. What should I do? Can I come from this one? No, bracelet. Let's take the bracelet into consideration.
Hold it!
Everything today, you still think that? Of course! Everything she's telling is lies! 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 You've just been twisting my words to make me look like the bad guy. You're scum! You're both scum! We've proven that Washington lied about where she was, and that you had a motive. I wonder if there's more. If only there was someone to show beyond that or the doubt that Lotus tell the truth. Could we ask what she did with her bracelet? Because this was taken before, right? Ah, no. No, we didn't see out the crime scene, so nothing proves that between the murder and the concert she removed the bracelet for whatever reason. It's a completely different day. Okay, so I guess this is the first time I'm actually stuck. Let's think about this again. This is a photo of her before the crime. The main thing that's different between then and today is the lack of the bracelet. This camera was used as the murder weapon. Murder weapon? No, to stun Mr. Timmons. According to Lothar, it was in Mr. Timmons' possession. Scandal, and she's apparently guilty of it. That much has been proved. Proven. She plagiarized this. Photos taken by the forensics team showed us that it was hit with a camera and then drowned. The entrance. Oh, bollocks. Okay, gentlemen. I shall be stopping here until I can figure it out for myself. Now then, if you'll excuse me. So, while going around looking for a contradiction, I objected to the statement regarding lunacy, how we are believing what Lotta Hart says, and the witness claimed she was the only competent one around here. If we press the statement, you aren't the only competent one here. I know somebody else who is. This person is very competent. Phoenix Wright.
Objection!
Me, I'm competent. Why, you're right. That's a very solid contradiction with what she just said. The witness is clearly mistaken. But what? Your Honor, this isn't... No, it may have nothing to do with the case, but I cannot let competence go unrewarded. Mr. Wright, I take back all those penalties I've given you today. What on earth just happened? That actually worked! Oh wow! Don't laugh, Phoenix. Don't ruin the moment. Now, back to the trial. As you can see, that was quite a bit of hilarity, and I've got a bunch of health back. I don't know if I can repeat that again, but it was actually rather funny. Either way, I'll continue looking. So it turns out, I suddenly remembered something I said. At the beginning of the case, we could have seen that Victor Timmons was in on it. He was aware of this crime that was going on. And for that reason, I thought... Excuse me. Okay, so back to what I was saying. How do I get away from the screen? Oh, crap. Something seems to have broken. Excuse me, while I, restart this. Okay, so coming back to the stage. There's no way I could have pulled it off by myself. She says. Right, something like this you couldn't do alone. High-profile fraud like this wouldn't go unnoticed. Somebody else was helping her. Who was it? At the time, I didn't consider because Lothar was saying he was innocent. But we already know he was not. And for that reason...
Objection!
Your manager, the victim, was in on it. What? Something big like this wouldn't go unnoticed. Especially not with somebody working as closely with her as a manager. Timmons knew all about her fraud. Hold on. Shouldn't you show some sort of proof for this? You can't just go around accusing the dead. I do have something to back it up. While it may not be the strongest, combining it with what we've already been told teaches wonders. This shows that Mr. Timmons was involved.
Take that!
Remember this picture? We already discussed that Timmons is dead. That's ridiculous! The photo wasn't good enough for the press, so it shouldn't be good enough for here. Take a look at what you're holding. What's that? That looks like sheet music. Ah! What was it, Washington? One of your new songs? Excuse the interruption. It doesn't matter. Well, yes, I think it does. The notes may be blurred in there, but I'm sure we could have the police re-examine it. Shut up! Shut up! Fine, even if it was stolen, it doesn't mean I killed the jerk. If he was working for me, I'd want to keep him around. He was a jerk now. So you do have hostile feelings toward him. What I mean is that it was really rude. I never liked the guy. I just kept him around because I had to. But I didn't want to see him dead. I'm being honest, really. Oh, that sounds believable. Wipe that stupid grin off your face! Nothing changed between us last night. I'm still the same I was then. Nothing's different. Nothing. Yeah. Miss Washington, calm down. Try not to hurt yourself. Sorry, I just gripped the mic too tightly. Mr. Wright, I'm sorry, but I just don't see the reasoning in this. Mr. Timmons' involvement does not point to her as the murderer. In fact, this could easily be used against you. Why, this doesn't change anything. Don't give up, Nick. Think, there has to be something that changed since last night. What would it matter? A view of the victim is only the motive. It doesn't actually prove she did it. That can't be the only thing that's different. Somebody dying affects a lot of stuff. There must be something else that's changed. What else is different? What is new today that wasn't there yesterday? Well, we obviously have the picture to tell us. A hand.
Take that!
This photo. taken yesterday will be your view into the past. That again? How so? It's just her singing. Yes, and the way she's doing so tells us everything. How is she different here from today?
Take that!
Witness, right now you are holding your microphone with your right hand. Why is that? I always hold it like that. Really. These photos seem to indicate otherwise. You're left-handed, aren't you? Yee! I've noticed that glove on your hand. You weren't wearing it at the concert. In fact, it seems to have replaced your trademark bracelet you supposedly wear everywhere. So, there isn't a law against wearing gloves. Why would you suddenly put it on for trial? In both these photos, you are using objects left-handed. Why aren't you doing that today? Well, because you can't. When you get excited, you hold your microphone with both hands, and I can tell it hurts. Sometime last night, you hurt your hand and you're using your glove to cover that up. Exploding. Witness, would you please take off your glove? No! You can't make me take it off just because I'm using a different hand than usual. Ow! What if I knew how you hurt yourself? Would that convince you? It would convince me. If you can show that, the witness will be required to remove the glove. Well, how did she hurt her hand? Well, murdering someone would usually hurt, wouldn't it? Let's try the camera.
Take that!
This camera shattered upon hitting Mr. Timmons' head. That's not the only thing that got hurt in the process. I'd assume several pieces of hard plastic breaking apart in someone's hand would be enough to injure them. That's right! The attacker would get hurt too. Miss Washington, please remove that glove at once. Oh my, look at that! A hand! No wonder she seemed to be in pain. Get a good look, everyone. This doesn't prove anything. How doesn't it? So my hand got hurt. Big deal. You don't know when or where. I believe she's right. We don't know that the camera actually caused the injury. Can you believe this? After all that? Actually, I guess they're right. The camera is circumstantial. It's not the scientific proof that she hit Simons with it. But you do have evidence to show, don't you? Oh, good question. This is stupid. You don't have it, do you? One chance, got it? What? One chance? If you can't prove it by then, you're just trying to mislead everybody. I hate one chances, excuse me while I say. Mr. Wright, do you have evidence to show how this happened? Evidence? I should tread carefully here, this is my last chance. Do I have anything to prove it? The only thing I could possibly think of is that, for example, her blood got on the camera. I don't know how much she's hurt. But if it did, that'd be proof, wouldn't it? Actually, I don't have anything to prove that. But I don't need to. A clear motive. A definite opportunity, several pieces of circumstantial evidence, and your overall suspicious behavior throughout the whole trial. We don't have anything truly solid. But that's exactly the reason we have the new justice system. They're bringing that up. Well, that's lovely, isn't it? Because, well, yeah, the actual sequel just ditched the justice system. But the fan cases all seem to like it a lot, so assuming this adopted that, which I didn't know, mind you, yeah, that makes sense. Jurists? I've shown everything I can, and it'll be enough. Let's have them decide your fate, Miss Washington. If you ask me, their verdict should be pretty obvious. It's not hard to see the truth right now. They wouldn't. Not me. After today, we'll see. Time to see how much your adoring fans actually love you. But they love me. My career. My I'm not shouting that much, sorry. Everything you need is right there on that camera. You need that to build our case. Thank you. I'm sure I can dig something up. Swell! We're finally gonna nab that nasty woman. Who was she? It was nobody. Are you sure about that? I know I've seen her before. I said it was nobody. You've been really paranoid lately, you know that. Well, maybe it's for a reason. That's it. I knew I recognized her. It was that reporter woman. I've seen you two together. How did she get in here? She isn't supposed to be at my concerts. You let her in. Look, I needed to find out how much she knew. She's onto us. Well, do something! Stop her! I can't. She just entrusted me with the only evidence she has. She doesn't suspect me yet, but if I destroy it, she will. You're taking the fall, Washington. What? I'm not covering for you if it means my own skin. I'll take the rap from old Mikey, but I'm not going down with you. I'll play one heart and just hope I make it out of this myself. Sorry, lady. Nothing to do. You can't turn me in. I can't believe you'd do this to me. Gah! It's true. Somebody was bound to catch on sooner or later. Did you think this would end well for you? I couldn't help it. I was scared. I had to do something. They were the only ones I could think to turn to. But then I was in too deep. Those people have been blackmailing me ever since, forcing me to give them money. I was too rich and famous for them to let me walk away. I had to get rid of it when he said it turned me in. Everybody was going to hate me. I think you'll have a hard time convincing anyone to like you now. You don't feel sorry for me? I mean, who couldn't? You are guilty of many crimes, Miss Washington. Murder being only one of them. You had better hope the jurists in your own trial take pity for your actions. I know, I certainly don't. But... Ah! Bailiff, please take her away. Yes, sir. Well, Mr. Wright, it appears you still have what it takes. Thank you, Your Honor. I believe after the witness's confession, there shouldn't be any more to discuss. Mr. Payne, you haven't said anything for a while. Would you agree with this? It seems once again he's lost his words. In any case, I will hand this over to the judges. They may decide their verdict. The verdict is back. Their decision was unanimous. This court finds the defendant, Lotta Hart, not guilty. What's the confetti? The confetti is conspicuously missing. Court is adjourned. Well, what do you know? You actually did it. I'm sure sorry to have doubted you. I guess I'm sorry for a lot of things. Sorry? What for? The trial really taught me something. I've been witnessing so many cases. Now I know what it's like to be in the hot seat. It's downright awful having everybody pointing fingers at you. I'm never testifying against nobody ever again. Lotta, there's nothing wrong with testifying in court. As long as the wrong people aren't put away, everything works out in the end. Yeah, but all those other times I was going for innocent people like me, remember? That's just awful. Don't be so hard on yourself. I know your testimonies have done a lot of good lately. Remember your big scoop? If it wasn't for your crazy paparazzi antics, all those people would still be out there. Hey, you're right. I guess my witnessing really was something special. Thanks a million, Mr. Wright. Well, this case is over. I suppose the three of us should head home. Will you be going back to Therein? I could. But I think I've got a better idea. You don't mind if I stay at the Wright Anything Agency for a while, do you? Of course, I don't mind. But wouldn't it be easy to base yourself in Therein Village? Oh, it doesn't matter where I am. My mother was completely missing for half the time she was master. How hard could it be? Not the best example to be using, Maya. Come on, it'll be just like old times. And I owe it to you. Owe it? I wasn't there for you when you lost your badge. And after everything you've done for me. Oh Maya, nobody could have predicted what would happen that day. Don't blame yourself for it. No, I have to make this up to you. Now I have a chance to do just that. You can't say no to that, can you? We may have room for one more person. Alright, the old team's back together. Now we just need to find Edward and Francisca and baby steps, Maya. Baby steps. Episode 0. A turnabout is worth 1,000 words. Ropfa, that's the person I said. So the police won't be testifying in Washington's trial when it comes up. Kinda funny how things got around like that, ain't it? I sure done enjoyed my little moments of awesome nabbing all those lowlifes. Don't worry none, I won't let it all get in my head. I guess Mr. Wright smashed through my testimony again, but I shouldn't be too upset. We got the right person in the end after all. I hope this isn't going to cost me another salary cut. I think it's really exciting to have Maya here with us. She and I always did get along well. You think probably will like her? I guess we're never really introduced. Hey, have you ever noticed this? I'm over 10 years older than Trucy, but we looked almost the same age. I'm not complaining, youthful looks definitely have their advantages, but this can't be normal, right? Maybe there was some kind of freak Magatama-related time-travelling accident. We just don't realise it yet. Oh, that's really like Maya, to come up with that stuff. Oh, thank you! Thank you for thanking me for enjoying your product. Yeah, it was really hard. You better thank me. Damn that heart woman! Those people were bringing in a lot of money. This means it's probably a machine. Should we do something about her? No. What would be the point? Believe it or not, money is the least of my worries right now. And I think this audio taught her a lesson. Bet it scared the daylights out of her. If that's what you want. We'll continue this later. I have people I need to talk to. Understood. I'll keep in contact. It seems to be off. An office. Keys. Or keys. Has Parker arrived yet? Yes, Mr. Rivavis. He just got here. Oi! I pressed the wrong button. Oh, not again! Not again! Let us quickly leave. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. This will be everything for the first case of a conflict of interest. A turnabout is worth 1,000 words. Frankly, I enjoyed it. Even though I never really did enjoy the various fan cases I tried to play. I'm not too sure why, but I love this one. I really did enjoy it. I don't know if it was meant to be easy, but I usually have a lot of difficulty with Phoenix Wright cases. I didn't have with this one, but this was the first case, so I guess I shouldn't use it to judge the difficulty. Either way, I enjoyed it, and I will probably be continuing on with this. Thank you for watching. Now then, if you'll excuse me,